have our key level, we have our entry, and now we're looking to build that story. And so the story is very simple. There's only two types of orders, right? We have market orders and we have limit orders. Now, in order for me to take a long or a short, there has to be limit orders, right? You need to understand where the limit orders are. And the only way you can see where the limit orders are resting is to understand how to read market orders. So these are essentially what you're looking for, right? Limit orders will determine whether you are going to go long or whether you're going to go short. So in this case, we had sell limit orders, right? Sell limit orders just means that there are more passive sellers than aggressive buyers. So candle by candle, let's break this down in terms of the footprint charts. So what we can see is we have our first entry into the zone. This was at 9:48 Eastern. So at 9:48 we had our first tap and we had this initial rejection higher. Now what's interesting about this candle, if we break it down, this candle over here, yes, it's a red candle or a bearish candle, but we had a lot of blue delta resting in this region. So this is where in my head I'm thinking, okay, we have a red candle but we have a ton of buyers and then we almost break below the zone, right? So we almost have our first break. So this is a candle that I was very much interested in. So this is 9:50 Eastern. So at 9:50 Eastern, what we can see here, a lot of buying aggression, right? We see a lot of buying aggression. So I'm just going to write that over here. We see buy orders, right? Or buying aggression. Now the question is, were these buyers successful? That's the next question. Were all of these buyers successful? So if we zoom into this over here, we have our first tap into the level, lots of buying activity. We have almost a break below. Same thing over here, we have a lot of buying activity and a break below. Same thing over here, a lot of buying activity and we start to break below. So what we can see here in simple terms is this, right? If I take another snapshot of this, what we're seeing is buyer aggression with no reward, right? And that's the story behind the candle. So the candles themselves don't show you much, right? All you need to see is the order flow. So here we have our first kind of area of interest, basically. So my entry was around this region. So my entry for that day was my entry that day came at 70.03. Now why was this price action very interesting to me? 70.03, this was the place where I entered, right? So 70.03 was my entry. So if I just mark that over here, and I was comfortable to have my